Hi all, this is Disha Shukla and welcome to the session. In this session, we are going to discuss about Wi-Fi protected access, that is WPA. But before that, what is Wi-Fi? So, Wi-Fi is a technology that allows many electronic devices to exchange the data or connect to the internet wirelessly using the radio waves. The Wi-Fi Alliance defines Wi-Fi devices as any wireless local area network product that are based on the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineer, that is IEEE 802.11 standard. The key advantage of IEEE 802.11 device is that they allow less expansive deployment of the local area networks. For the places where running cables to every device is not practical, such an outdoor area and airports, they can host wireless LANs. Products from every brand name can interoperate at a basic level of service. Because of the products being designed or designated as the Wi-Fi certified by the Wi-Fi Alliances. Today, millions of IEEE 802.11 devices are in use around the world and they can operate in the same frequency band. This makes the need for their coexistence critical. Even though over time older devices will be retired, some consumers and business are still using the old standards for years. For some businesses, the original 802.11b devices meet their needs and the needs to be changed has to be occurred. Wider bandwidth 802.11 deployment must therefore be able to play nicely with the older standards, both by limiting their impact on the nearby legacy wireless LANs and by enabling the communication with the legacy stations. This primer provides a general overview of each of the 802.11 standards, their physical layer characteristics and the testing requirements. So what is Wi-Fi protected access actually? So WPA is a security standard for the users of the computing devices equipped with the wireless internet connection. WPA was developed by Wi-Fi Alliance to provide more sophisticated data encryption and better user authentication than the wired equipment privacy, that is the WEP, the original Wi-Fi security standard. The new standard, which was ratified by the IEEE in 2004 as 802.11i, was designed to be backward compatible with the WEP to encourage quick, easy adoption. Network security professionals were able to support WPA on many WEP-based devices with a simple wireframe update. WPA has a discrete mode for enterprise users and for the personal use. The enterprise mode WPA EAP uses more stringent 802.1x authentication with the extensible authentication protocol, that is the EAP. The personal mode WPA PSK uses the pre-shared keys for the simpler implementation and the management among the consumers and the small offices. Enterprise mode requires the use of all the authentication servers. WPA's encryption method is the Temporal Key Integrity Protocol, that is the TKIP. TKIP includes a per packet mixing function, a message integrity check, an extended initialization vector and a rekeying mechanism. WPA provides a stronger user authentication based on 802.1x and the extensible authentication protocol, that is the EAP. WPA depends on a central authentication server such as Radius to authenticate each user. So, WAP is a security protocol designed to create secured wireless network. It is similar to the WEP protocol but offers the improvements in the way it handles the security keys and the way the users are authorized. For an encrypted data transfer to work, both the systems on the beginning and end of the data transfer must use the same encryption or decryption key. While WEP provides each authorized system with the same key, WPA uses the temporal key integrity protocol, which dynamically changes the key that the system uses. This prevents the intruders from creating their own encryption key to match the one used by the secured network. WPA also implements something called the Extensible Authentication Protocol (EAP) for authorizing the users. Instead of authorizing the computers based solely on their MAC address, WPA can use several other methods to verify each computer's identity. This makes it more difficult for the unauthorized systems to gain the access to the wireless network. The Wi-Fi Protocol Access WPA is a security standard for the users of computing devices. WPA has a discrete mode for enterprise users and for the personal use. The enterprise mode, that is WPA EAP, uses more stringent 802.1x authentication with the Extensible Authentication Protocol, that is EAP. The personal mode, that is WPA PSK, uses the pre-shared key. The software updates that allow both the server and the client computers to implement WPA becomes widely available during 2003. Access points, that is the hotspots, can operate in a mixed WEP and WPA mode to support both WEP and WPA clients. However, the mixed mode effectively provides only WEP level security for all the users. Home users of access points that uses only WPA can operate in a special home mode in which the users need only enter a password to be connected to the access point. The password will trigger the authentication and TKIP encryption. Wi-Fi Protocol Access 2, that is WPA2, and the most current security protocol. WPA2 super spreaded WPA in 2004. WPA2 uses the Counter Mode Cipher Block Chaining Message Authentication Code Protocol, that is CCMP. Counter Mode Cipher Block Chaining Message Authentication Code Protocol. It is based on the obligatory advanced encryption standard algorithm, which provides the message authentication and the integrity verification, and it is much stronger and more reliable than the original TKIP protocol for the WPA. WPA2 still has vulnerabilities. Primary among those is the unauthorized access to the enterprise wireless network, where there is an invasion of attack vector on the certain Wi-Fi protected setups. This can take the invader several hours of concreted efforts with the state-of-the-art computer technology, but the threat of the system comprises should be discounted. It is recommended the WPS be disabled for each attack vector access point in WPA2 to discourage such threats. Though these threats have traditionally and virtually exclusively been directed at the enterprise wireless system, even home wireless systems can be threatened by the weak passwords or the passphrases that can make it easier for an invader to compromise those systems. Privileged accounts should always be supported by the stronger, longer passwords, and all passwords should be changed frequently. So this is all about the WPA and WPA2 protocols that are right now used in the wireless systems. If you have any questions, you can ask. Until then, keep learning.